it was something.
Well, I don't know. They wouldn't tell me what it was.
I mean, but you believe that it was something
That
like,
happened?
Genuinely, it was something that happened. Yeah.
Well, something that happened, or something that happened, and maybe there was a rumor that somebody said it was them, or I don't know what it was, but I have no idea. But they were both like pissed off about it.
What it was. When I came out of, but this has nothing to do with you, if this is what it was.
Well, no, it didn't have anything to do with me. It had something to do with Amber.
Okay, yeah, no. When I got up that morning, I said, no, I was in the room, and this was the mustard day. So it had to do with the mustard. Nick comes, yeah, the whole thing had gone on, and then this is when he's hiding. Whose clothes were hid in storage?
Eric.
Yeah, that's right.
You were right there. And he says, you came up, and I was already in. I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like,
In storage?
yeah, in storage.
With Nick?
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah,
Eric
that's-
was, you mean?
No, Edie
Nick.
had walked in, but I was there first because I remember you kind of walked in after. And I was like, did you hear that? And you were like, no, what? I was like, he said Amber did it. He said Amber. He turned to me, and then the mustard, he was like, because somebody asked him, was like, oh, no, he asked me. He said, did you see that? I was like, what? He was like, the mustard. I was like, yeah, heard about it. He was like, Amber did it. And I was like, what? Then you walked in, like you were right there, and I thought you heard. I was like, did you hear that? I was like, what? He was like, Amber did it. And then he went on to, you said something about, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm hiding Eric's clothes. And they went into that. And I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about Amber did it.
yeah. I was like, huh? I remember his face. He was like, Amber did it. I was like, what? That's what it was.
I don't know.
Which is like nothing. But I guess if Jen, I don't know.
Because Amber was all pissed off saying that he set her up or something.
That's
maybe
what it
that's
was. No,
but
that's
he was
what it
pissed.
was.
He was pissed when he came to me and he said that what it was, that he didn't do it and all this other stuff.
Well, we'll find out who did the mustard once
No,
we're out
but
of
I
here.
don't even know if it was about him doing the mustard. It was
Well,
about,
it's certainly. Sound.
What I heard, what he turned to me and said, and I'm like,
But was he the bad Nick then?
I think so. It's like, I don't know. I don't know, because it totally took me back. I'm like, what? I see him with these clothes, for one, in his hand, and I'm like, and he's just panicked. Like, he's hustling, trying to get this prank, I guess, pulled off or whatever. And he's just like, damn, like that. And I was like, what?
maybe he was talking about the clothes.
What clothes? See, that didn't
Hiding
make sense.
Eric's clothes.
They were in his hands. He was about to hide
Well,
them.
that's what I mean. Is maybe he's like, because you're seeing this, he's like, it wasn't me, it was Amber. Amber did it.
Maybe. But he just asked me about the mustard thing. So that's when I put it to that. I was like, what? I don't know. For all we know, Eric did it. Just to make it go back to you.
I think it was Nick. I hope it was Nick.
I think it was Nick.
But I did accuse
That is classic
But I
Eric.
did accuse him of it for a
Classic
long
Eric.
time, and nobody believed me.
don't
And then
know.
I just dropped it because I'm like, who knows?
He was like, well, I remember him asking me
Because at the
specifically
same time,
who
too,
did it.
you and me both looked at each other in the bathroom, and I was like, you said it's probably herself. She probably did it to herself. And then I was like,
yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I just
Yeah.
wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, yeah.
And if her and Eric were working together, that practically is doing it to yourself.
But no, it's not like he told her.
How do you know?
No, the way she can't act that good. She was pissed. No, she was pissed. And she was like, see? And then she wouldn't confronted Nick. Like,
Yeah, I
well,
remember.
she might still
told
have
me
because that was
that
attention nonetheless.
They were going to call the person that did it into the DR,
And then Nick got called.
and Nick got called right
But
afterwards.
who knows? Sometimes I'm sure they wouldn't do it like that so that she could see who
See,
it was.
yeah, I don't-
Especially after
yeah.
Julie was like So has the search continued or whatever? You know?
Yeah.
I
think
doubt they'd
if
do it like that.
yeah. I said, I don't know. I said, Edie did go in there, and I was like, he doesn't usually do that. But I said, I don't think why wouldn't he just call her out and do it in front of us? I was like, I don't know about that one.
I was sitting there going, I do enough. I don't need to get blamed for shit I didn't do.
She kept giving me all these dirty looks, and I was